Hey Aries, welcome to your reading where we'll take a look at how you can invite healthy love and relationships into your life. We're going to start first by pulling a couple of oracle cards just to see what energy is surrounding this reading for you. And the first card that we have out for you is You Deserve Love. You are lovable. Yes, you are, Aries. You are very lovable. Let's pull another and see what other energies are surrounding this reading for you guys. And what we have for you is Mother Mary, expect a miracle. Have faith that your prayers have been heard and are being answered. So, what we're starting off with, Aries, is that there's an energy surrounding you that being in a healthy, nurturing, validating relationship is something that you want deep down. But I think that there are times where you feel like it's something that's unattainable for you. Something it's like, oh my God, it's never going to come. It's almost, I think, for a lot of you, this sort of feeling like I've been through too much, I've seen too much, I know too much, and this is just not going to happen. And it feels like there's a little bit of self-doubt that creeps in sometimes where you sort of look at yourself and it's like, is there something wrong with me? Is there something lacking inside of me that this hasn't happened for me yet? And it feels like Spirit is saying, nope. Nope, nope, that's not the case at all. This almost feels like a situation where when you least expect it, then that's when it comes. There's nothing that you've done that makes you unworthy or less deserving than anybody else that's in a relationship. It feels like a scenario where the universe is just sort of waiting for that right time, that right person to cross paths with you. So if you've been experiencing a little bit of doubt, Aries, try not to worry too much. Like, it feels like good things are coming and you should expect that good things are coming in terms of your relationship. So let's get into some tarot and see what other messages Spirit has for you. Now, when it comes to something that you might want to work on to help you attract love, we have the Two of Coins in reverse. Now, this is the Two of Pentacles in traditional tarot, and it's really about balance, right? So when it's upright, it's sort of the ability to juggle, figuring out what your priorities are, how to sort of make everything work in your life. It seems like right now you might be a little bit out of balance in terms of your priorities, whether it's taking care of yourself, your job, your family, whatever. It feels like things are a little bit off kilter. And when you have that sort of lack of balance, it might come through in the energy that you give off or how you interact with other people. So making sure that you're grounded, making sure that you live your life in a bit of an equilibrium as much as you can. I know sometimes it can be a little bit challenging, but making sure that you're balanced, that you're not sort of swinging from one extreme to the other. And we also have the Hierophant in reverse. So the Hierophant is really about institution. It's about foundation. It's about doing things sort of in an exact order, like there's a specific process for it. And I often feel like when the Hierophant's in reverse, that it's asking you to be a little bit more flexible, that sometimes you don't have to do everything by the book. You can take the road a little bit less traveled. So this might mean, stretching yourself a little bit and stepping outside of your comfort zone while you find that sort of grounding energy that you need. Maybe it's going to be a result of you trying new things or just trying a different approach, taking a different path when it comes to life, meeting people and interacting with them. So thinking about your feelings when it comes to love, we have the Ace of Swords. So this is an interesting card that comes out in this position because the Ace of Swords is really sort of my truth to power card. There's a lot of harshness around this. It's honest energy for sure, but it can come across a little bit blunt. It can be quite cutting. And it almost feels as though when you view relationships, when you view love, that there's this sense that it has to hurt, that it's going to be harsh. And that might not necessarily be the case. And look, we have it clarified by the King of Swords. Another very blunt, harsh, but intellectual, very smart energy. So when it comes to, how you perceive romance and love, it feels, Aries, that you've been sort of on the receiving end of a lot of harshness. And it almost feels as though because of that, you think that maybe love isn't for you. Love doesn't have to be that way all the time. So it might be a good idea to start working on your perception of love. It doesn't have to hurt. It doesn't have to be harsh. It doesn't have to be unkind, even if it's being honest. So what you can think about maybe in terms of fixing that, we have the Eight of Wands in reverse. So the Eight of Wands, when it's upright, is really about movement. It's about things coming in very, very quickly. So in terms of your thinking about love, perhaps you've sort of rushed in before. Perhaps you haven't really taken the time to get to know someone else. And I think that the Eight of Wands in reverse is a good reminder that it's okay to slow down. It's okay to not necessarily go all in all at once and, sort of discover later like, oh, Jesus Christ, this person is not who they say they are. They're not, who they sort of purported themselves to be. Go slow. It's all right. And we have that clarified with the Seven of Cups. So the Seven of Cups can be a card of disillusionment, but it's also a card of exploring your options. So when we see the Seven of Cups, each one of them has a little gift inside of it. Depending on who you are and how you perceive things, it could not be a gift. So we have cups with pentacles in it. We have cups with, an earth in it. We have cups with a fish head in it or a worm. And so I think that one of the things that you can do to start getting out of this space is exploring, getting to know other people, really sort of expanding your horizons and, maybe engaging with folks that you may not have thought about before. People with different interests, people with different cultures, different backgrounds, different whatever. But I feel like Spirit is telling you to slow down and take some time to enjoy and explore. Now, the best way that you can sort of accept, healthy love into your life, look at this. We have the Knight of Wands in reverse with the Devil in reverse. So this is an interesting card combination because the Knight of Wands is a very passionate, is a very fiery, it's a very quick energy. It comes in, super, super fast. It's very aggressive. It's like, woo, it's almost like a whirlwind. And then it's over. With the Devil card, this really focuses on our sort of personal vices, right? Those bad habits that we might have when it comes to relationships, codependency, things of that nature. So figuring out how to address it, I think, is going to, or, accepting love into your life is going to go back to what we see over here, how you can sort of fix your perception of what love looks like and feels like to you. And again, with the Knight of Wands in reverse, this is Spirit saying to slow down. Don't be overly impressed or moved by someone who comes in like cuckoo cuckoo, all wild and passionate and fiery just to have it fizzle out 2 seconds later. And make sure that you focus on you as well. If you become too enamored by someone who comes in sweet talking or tells you everything that you want to hear without following it up in their daily behavior, making sure that you're not too dependent on anybody else for validation or affirmation of who you are as a person and your worthiness when it comes to love. I think that's going to be the key to you being able to accept something real, to accept something healthy when it comes to a loving relationship. Now, getting to the core of why you are worthy, of, this healthy, loving relationship that you're looking for, we have the Six of Swords. So, Aries, you have been through some garbage and you have come out of it. You have moved to a place where life is calm, if for nothing else. I think because for a lot of you, you're not necessarily in a relationship now, right? I think that you have embarked on this journey of healing where you have enough self-awareness to know that, yeah, you know what, I would like a companion. I would like love. I would like a good, healthy relationship. And so because you've come to that place of awareness and because you started doing the work, it's not out of the realm of possibilities that that's exactly what you were going to get. So we have that clarified by the Page of Coins in reverse. So I think that also you have gotten to a place where you're not going to accept whatever little offer that somebody brings your way. The Page of Coins, when it's upright, is very much an apprentice, right? They're almost a newborn in the grand scheme of things. So there's someone who's coming, they might not have much to offer, they could be a little bit unstable. And so with the Page of Coins in reverse, I think that there's an awareness in you about what it is that you want from another person. You know what you have to offer. And so you're thinking about what the other person has to offer you. And it's like, okay, you know what? I'm no longer going to accept anything less than what I feel I deserve and what it is that I want. So, you are worthy because you have thought about this. You have given it due consideration. And I don't think that you're going to necessarily stray from that path. So, how you're going to find someone that's ready for this type of relationship that you're looking for, we have the Knight of Cups. So, I love this card because the Knight of Cups is someone who comes in with something very, very tangible. They're more advanced than a page. It's someone who is also, I think, on their own journey of looking for love. They're willing to put themselves out there and they're going to sort of show you. So I think in you keeping your eyes open, keeping your options open, and getting to know people, there's going to be someone who stands out, who is, like, okay, I have this, I'm bringing you this cup. Are you going to accept it? Let's see where this goes. And we have that clarified by the Eight of Cups in reverse. So the Eight of Cups is really focusing on walking away from something, but not just walking away from one thing and just sort of leaving it. It's being very intentional and walking to something else. So I do think that when you meet this person, they are going to be invested, right? They're not going to sort of look at you and be like, this is okay, but I think I'm going to explore what's over here. And I think that you are going to feel the same way based on the energy that they're bringing to you. So there's not going to be an immediate thought of, well, let me just see what's here. And okay, no, I'm just going to go on over there, like without any sort of valid reason. I do think that this person is going to come into you with a little bit of an offer, and you're going to want to stick around to see where it goes. Like, you're going to be interested and invested in how this evolves over time. So seems like good things are coming to you, Aries. Let's pull another message from Spirit. And what we have for you is practice compassion. See things from a fresh perspective. And I almost feel as though this message is, it's really directed at you because sometimes I think you can be a little bit hard on yourself, right? In terms of questioning whether or not you actually deserve love, whether or not there's a good match or a good partner out there for you. Understanding that you have been through some challenging situations, it's important for you to give yourself a little bit of grace. And just because you have experienced these negative things in the past does not mean that things cannot change for you in the future. It does not mean that, things are just over and done. So seeing things from a fresh perspective, again, might involve you reframing your thought process and your perspective on what a healthy relationship looks like or what it should be. You're being deserving of it. And I think just getting a little bit out of your comfort zone and exploring options in a pool of people that's different from the ones that you have previously sort of engaged with. So that's what I got from my Aries collective. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one.